So that idea that you've been sitting on, it's time to get moving with it. You know what I'm saying? You got to put some belief and some work behind that and allow that thing to manifest. Here's the thing that you can't control. You can't control when you see the manifestation of your idea. But what you can control is the input, the output, the pieces that go together to put that puzzle together of the idea. You can control all of that stuff. You can go network. You can go find a mentor. You can get connected with certain groups.
The B2S podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop Motivated Apparel and grab yourself some Motivated Apparel today.
Hey, yo, what up, world? What it do? Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blueprint to Success podcast. Once again, we are excited and elated to have you guys join us on tonight. Once again, Blueprint Nation, stand tall, stand up, and stand proud, man. Once again, it's your boy Mike Mariner, a.k.a. Chef Motivator. Joined together on tonight once again with my co-host, my brother from another mother, Mr. Dumbo. Mr. Lions Den.
Hey.
Mr. I got something new coming up.
Oh,
Y'all give it up for my boy Alxndr Hall, man.
yeah. What's going on, man?
What's happening? We back in the FLA.
Yeah. Back in the dungeon. You know,
Touchdown.
Yeah, man. What's going on? How y'all boys feeling, man?
It's good. Feel like I just saw that.
Fresh.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
I just see you a couple hours
That's
ago.
what we did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we literally just got into town a couple hours ago from the trip, so we'll share that with y'all
Yeah, man.
a little bit. But man,
Yes.
Yeah.
but shoot, yeah, it's only been a couple hours.
Yeah. Got in like around. Well, I got in, then I put my clothes up and everything, cause if I don't, I'd be like.
Yeah.
I can't function, you know what I mean? So, but that's just, I think I laid down like around close to 3:35,
Yeah.
and then I got back up at around 6, took a shower, got right, got myself right, had some prayer time still, and just got my mind focused on going in and serving, going and knocking it out, cause they don't. They don't care about. I just came off the road. They are. It said you're going to execute putting this stock up and help order this stuff and help doing this budget and help doing this for this department. So that's what they look at.
Yeah.
But y'all need to look at Lions Den is out right now, produced by Dominic Certifico. I appreciate everybody who's been streaming, who's been sharing, giving me feedback. Shouts out to the big homie EP, man. He been giving me some feedback. On the record and stuff like that. So I appreciate everyone who's vibing with us, who's rocking with us. Big ups to one of my best friends, man, my man Diamond El Certifico on Instagram, Diamond Diamnd, North Cape Studios. We are on
the way.
For sure. Let's
Straight
go.
like that.
No chase.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. And Blueprint Nation.
All day.
Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know who this guy is. My brother from the same mother.
Big bag.
Big Bag.
Already know.
Big Dub.
Let it go.
Mr. Pockets.
Hit the flow.
Mr. Big Swole.
Let them know.
Mr. Always Got
Top
It. Mr. If I ain't got it, I can go get it.
We got Mrs. Bag on the way. He got
What up, baby? What up,
But y'all give it up for Mr. Big Bag himself. Y'all give it up for Boy Wonda, man. What's going down? What's going down?
Yo,
I feel good.
I feel great.
I feel good.
And this is a good spot to feel good because it's a special day today. A real special
What's
day.
the day today?
mama's birthday.
Your mom's birthday today, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a real special day.
Oh, yeah.
Happy heavenly birthday, mama.
Yes. Yes.
Man, it's crazy. It's been 3 years already. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Time ain't wait on nobody, man. So we getting in. We went to Nashville, man. It was beautiful. It was wonderful.
Yeah, man.
Even just to get away, you know what I'm saying? Just to be outside of Florida.
Yeah.
It's just like sometimes you just need to go to a whole nother location, just get your mind right, refocus, come back better than ever, and just hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it's all in purpose, man. Cause
Definitely.
I mean, we all three of us travel with what we do, so it's just different things, different reasons, different things that we all do. So we just had the opportunity to do that. Yeah. So for Blueprint Nation, if you missed it the last couple of weeks, so we had got nominated for a podcast award.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to the Red Letter Awards.
Yeah, Red Letter Awards. What's going on?
Yeah. So unfortunately, we didn't win, but we was mostly thankful for the opportunity for somebody recognizing our work for the thing that we do and our contribution to the world. So. And once again, we want to thank y'all, Blueprint Nation. Yeah, for those that voted for us, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Yeah. And so we had the opportunity to get away, get a little R&R yet network, and some things of that nature. Had the opportunity to meet one of Boy Wonda's friends that has a podcast as well. And so we had the opportunity to be interviewed on his podcast. So be on the lookout for that. What was the name of it again?
Young Minded.
Young Minded.
Yeah, the Young Minded podcast. The episode will be airing on October the 7th. So y'all be on the lookout for that. So the B2S podcast is on the Young Minded podcast. So it just opened up with a couple doors, man. So, but before we get into tonight's episode, we want to just kind of share some of the things that we experienced while in Tennessee these last couple of days, man. So what was y'all's experience, man? What y'all got from it?
Oh man, for me, bro, one, traveling with my bros. I think any road trip you feel or deem successful is being able to spend it with the ones you love, the ones that you work with, the ones that you go arm in arm, side to side. You know what I'm saying? It makes
in the trenches.
It makes it that more special. Yeah, that's number one. Number two is just understanding how people receive you, and they respect what you do. So like even there was new faces that y'all met. That was my first time meeting them.
Oh, okay.
And just how they reciprocated the love and there was no ego, there was no pride, there was no competition. Everybody supporting everybody. That's a whole different culture in itself. And then number three, man, just really to be able to enjoy the moment for me. Like I was from start to finish, our powwow, you know what I'm saying? You know how we do. We always talk, we always connect. And just to make sure we check in, make sure everybody good and just in a space to where we can flourish. You know what I'm saying? Because that's important too. We don't always want to assume that somebody's good. We just want to make sure, hey, we checking the gauge. You good? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you good. All right. Hey, what God's speaking to you through his word, but this is what's going down. And so I got a lot of clarity, I could tell you that. A lot of clarity and revelation on some things. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Bro?
You going to me? Yeah. So with me, bro, I was, I stay coming from the house all the time, right? So with me, because I know I'm in transition, just don't know how it's going to transition and don't know how it's going to look, but just got a belief that God is going to make a way to make something happen. It's almost like, remember I told y'all when I fell in that water and I was drowning, bro? I was drowning. Water all in my lungs and everything, right? But I never had the thought that I was going to die. And I think that was like one of the biggest, it was like, I'm drowning, I'm in the water, and I know I have the opportunity to pass, but I never thought I was gonna die. I was reacting like I'm gonna live, so didn't know how I was gonna live, but I was reacting like it. You know what I'm saying? So, but now I'm in a place, I'm in a situation to where I don't know how it was gonna pop, but God need me to react like you're gonna pop. I need you to read like you're going somewhere. I need you to study like you're going somewhere. I need you to have discipline like I'm turning you into something. Because if you don't act upon it now, how are you supposed to get there? Right. So for me, I was just for the trip. I was looking for different things. Like I know y'all was like, I had a woosah too, but I was comfortable, but not too comfortable. If that made any type of sense, I was comfortable enough to where I can take a breather.
Right.
You know what I mean? And because I was seeking for, God, I need something. I'm in a whole different. I'm finna get married. I got children. We need things. You know what I'm saying?
Do something, John.
Yeah.
Do something, God.
Yeah. And I have obligation to my relationship. You know what I mean? To my women. You feel me? So hey, God, you do something. Yeah. So I'm gonna. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, and also the praying for the men when they was calling us up there. She was like, I need all the men of valor. Let me tell you. Faith's mom, she's a doctor, she's a minister. So she sometimes she fills in at a church in Plant City because they're trying to find their head. So she goes and she serves. So one Sunday, Faith did praise and worship, and her mom was preaching. Crazy dynamic, you know what I'm saying? To be doing that with your mom, almost like Bronny and LeBron. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yeah. So, y'all know what happened. They went to praying. She said, "Y'all two come up here." You already know. You ain't finna be with my daughter and now I'm praying on you. You know what I'm saying?
She put Scorpion, get over here.
Yeah, so she called us up there, and this ain't the first time me and Faye been somewhere and they called us up. Like, who are y'all? Y'all didn't come up here. You know what I mean? So she called us up there. Then she spoke into Faith's life some things that's true, and then she was speaking in my life, and then she said that. You're going to be a man of valor, and God is calling you to be a man of valor. He's calling you higher. He's calling you where you need to go. You know what I mean? Ever since then, I've been in the area where somebody say something about a man of valor.
Wow.
And now it's like, now I'm moving like it. I expect it. You know what I mean? So I'm just stepping into that place because I know that's where I'm supposed to be at. Don't know how I'm going to be 2 years from now. Don't know. God, like, don't worry about that.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So I was receptive of other things while I was up there. The mountains crazy, water crazy.
Yeah.
The barbecue bust down. Right.
Chicken. Nashville barbecue, boy.
Nashville.
Yeah. Hit different.
It hit different. But
Glory to God.
but that was my take on it. Just being in 3 different men on a journey. You being the oldest, you sharing your experience as an older male. He's right behind you, and then because I'm the youngest male of the group, so I'm still learning. I'm young. I'm mature, and I've been putting myself in overtime on the potter's wheel, but I still have a long way to go in certain areas. So just soaking up game from both of y'all. That's what I've been doing the whole weekend, bro.
Yeah. It's dope, man. It's what I got out of it, man. It was just, it'd be funny because every time we go to it's just like it's like I take all of my experiences and they become like, you know how like when you ever seen Spider-Man and then it's like his spidey senses go, even though he's human at the time, but it's like his senses, it be going like shh, and it's like he be looking and like he be hearing stuff. It's like that's how I am. So it's like all my experiences when I get into certain environments, it just like open up. So it was like Isha always getting on to me. So like when we go to the churches, one of the things that I'm always looking at, because I ran the sound for so long, and is I'm always looking at the sound equipment. I'm always looking at the lights. That's the first thing he says. You looking at the lights, ain't you? All right, yeah. He's like, because because we still was learning. So I learned like how people do different things. So it's like my senses is like as soon as I walk into a building, I'm like, ooh, okay, we make you do that. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like that, experiencing that, because it wasn't me going to speak. It wasn't me going to preach or minister, nothing like that. It was us being recognized for something that we did, and totally different environment. So I went in there just kind of with the same thing. My spidey sense was going up in the sense of, I'm finna, let me see how these people move, because we was in a crowd full of actors, actresses, producers, filmmakers, film directors. You know what I'm saying? In a sense to where they was all believers, but outside of that, it's just, man, I'm in a room full of, actors, actresses, directors, film directors, producers,
mayors, commissioners,
senators, all of these, somebody in this one room, and then I'm overhearing this one dude talking to another couple, like, man, hey, I met a couple millionaires, I'm in the, then people networking with us, trying to get funding for their film, and, that was interesting. So
it was crazy. Yeah,
that was interesting.
But that teaches you something. That lets you know you can't judge a book by its cover, thinking they may not have it. You never know who you're gonna come across to get.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Yeah. So it was just, and then just looking at the dynamics and the scope of the actual award itself, the program, how it flowed, different things of that nature. So, because I'm always and dealing with an event in some way, form, or fashion, whether I'm either part of the event or putting on the event. So, I was actually looking at the scope of things, how things was ran, transitions, stuff like that. So I just kind of like took the whole gamut into Spidey mode, and just like, took some mental notes and stuff like that. But then just on the flip side of that, meeting Xavier, being a part of his podcast, that was kind of dope.
Xavier, man.
Yeah, shouts out to Xavier Young, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, I want to make sure I get it right. XL Productions. So y'all go check him out. Go follow him, man. He does some great work. Photographer, videographer. Does some amazing work. So had the opportunity to meet with him, chop it up with him a little bit, and then just just kind of chill mode, because I'm always on go. My mind is always on go. So I purposely didn't do certain things that I normally do. I didn't, if something came to me, I wrote it down in my phone, but I was up there just to enjoy the whole process and the scenery of everything. And if God spoke, he spoke. If he didn't, he didn't. I wanted to rejuvenate, because I know when I come back, I'm going to be on 10 again. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like my take, man.
It's good.
Yeah, that was my whole take. But it was a dope experience, though.
Yeah. That's fire, right?
I love traveling anyway.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me
just
too.
Being able to go to different cities, see how they move, see what the traffic like, see how just.
I hate the traffic, but
yeah.
They experience different cultures from different cities and
different
environments.
Places where you would get stuff that you get here, you really want to get back down here. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, man, and I pay attention to the small details. It's a lot, and I enjoy it, man. I embrace every moment.
Yeah, it was good, man. We had a great time. As a matter of fact, everything what we're gonna be going over tonight stemmed from a conversation that we had while we was away. So we actually had got into a conversation about the process of just in case if you don't know, and this is your first time listening, these two guys here are both Christian hip hop artists. They have been for a long time, and we somehow got into the conversation about the process of making music, and their process of how they go about creating an album or a track or a hook or whatever that may be. And everybody has their process in lieu of what they do or who they are or who they become. There's a process to the finished product. And so we kind of got into, a deep dive into that conversation, man. So that's what we kind of going to be stemming about tonight, because we just want you to know as we get ready to go and finish out this fourth quarter, man, it's never too late. You know, like I can't remember who said it, but it's never too late to become who you should have been. And so, and in that there's a process, but we just want to go dive into that tonight, because everything stemmed from one thing. Everything stemmed from one thing, and that thing was an idea.
Yep.
It was a thought.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It was a thought. God created with a thought, and then he spoke. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at it, God created man in the image. I mean, God created man in the image of his son. Yeah. And when you look at that, he spoke those things into the existence. But it all rimmed from a thought. It was a process. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like your fourth quarter may not be where you want it to be. Your life may not be where you want it to be right now. But guess what? Change starts with a thought. It's an idea. It's a thought. It's a process. So I'm gonna turn it over to one of these guys. Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn it over to Alxndr. I think that's where it kind of like started. Stem from, and we're gonna actually get an opportunity to sample like his process of how he comes up with it, right? And I want y'all to stay tuned, because trust me, you're gonna get something out of this. You don't have to be an artist or in the music industry to get something out of this topic on tonight. I promise you. Yeah. So just stay tuned, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and let Alxndr kind of, I'm gonna alley-oop it over to him. He can kind of take the conversation from where we started at over the trip.
Yeah. So we were actually routing up, but we just got into Nashville, right? So we just got into, but it was more the country part, like before, like an hour or two before we get to the city part, and you're driving in and everything is blocking you because you're just getting in there. But then when it drops off, you just see the mountains, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy, right? You're like, this joke crazy, right? So we were talking, Mike, you had asked me, this how it popped off. You said, hey, and I think you was doing it on purpose to check my temperature, which you're supposed to. You was like, have you been working on your book lately? You was like,
Dead headlights.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we need to start with that.
Yeah, so I was like, he think he got me. Nah, yeah, I've been working on it. But I told you I was in the library, and I'm typing. I'm working on the chapter. I got my table of contents up. I got my notes up. I done reread like a chapter or two ahead to kind of refresh myself because I ain't been in a while. And as I'm working on it, the flash drive blinked, and I said, oh no, don't do it. It just went out, lost the whole, I'm like, oh my God. So, but then I told you, I was like, I said, I'm gonna do it a different way. I'm gonna just talk it, cause it come faster like that now, and I do how I do my music. And you was like, so you know, I said, when I go into a studio, when I hear a record, I just get my phone and I just start mumbling stuff. The first thing that I do, I don't know about other artists, but the first thing that I do is I come up with a melody and how I think that my words should sound before I even come up with what I'm gonna say. Bro, it be months before I even name a song. I have to like sit on it. You know what I'm saying? Because that to me, God, like, I just need you to put it out there. Then I can put the cherry on top. But I need you to get it out you first. You know what I mean? So I hear something, and then I just have and I don't care if it sounds stupid or not. Like, if I play, like, hold on, I'm just, jump be sounding so stupid. I be at work. I be in the locker room, like, run around. Like, they be like, what are you doing? I'm like, I be sounding like I'm handicapped. I be like, Lord.
Well, that's kind of like, my wife being on the praise team, and then, when G was down, and just learning that process, like they have to warm their voices up. So the first time I heard it from G. Man, that just had me rolling G back to. Yeah. Boy, I was rolling. What are you doing, bro? Yeah. But he's like, he's warming her. And my wife, they do that every week. Coming to church. She got her tea, and she's doing it, and I be making her laugh. She can't be. So I'm sorry, Minister Shirley. Should that be me if it don't be signed right? Cause I be making her laugh. But go. I got.
No, you good. Look, cause I think that and the reason why I love this type of I hardly ever sit down with a beat and listen and write. Now I will have a beat going over and over and over, and I might be pacing back and forth. Here's something, then blah, blah, then blah, go to the store, have the beat playing in the car, have my phone in the seat, and then next thing you know, I done read a song in 2 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or 30 minutes, or whatever. It depends on how much time that I devote to that type of creation. But what really helps is when it makes me want to vomit out anything that I have on the inside of me, because I know once I take it to a particular person, he's going to expound on what I just did. You know what I mean? So there's nothing like having a team. You know what I'm saying? To where having a partner, having a mate who knows how to formulate or format what you do. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the yin to your yang. It's like, you know what I'm saying, if you're bad at budgeting, but your girl good at budgeting, but you know how to make more, well, you hustle different than she hustle. Or you may bring home more money than she bring home.
Right.
Well, guess what? Guess who's finna handle the finances? The person who know how to do it.
Right. Because
your expertise, your strong suit in the situation as of right now is to bring home more money. Her strong suit in the situation is to budget, expand it, and help us keep it.
Exactly. Management, right.
So that makes you go harder at going to get more money so she can save more and invest more to grow y'all money.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just I'll let you hear, but it sound retarded, bro. Like,
right. It's the beginning process.
Yeah, beginning process, bro. Like, so Diamond, we in the, you know what I'm saying, we at North Cape, right? North Cape Studios. We are I'm stop.
Wait.
So, you know what I'm saying? So we are, you know what I'm saying? So we in North Cape, right? So Diamond said, "Look, I'm finna go handle something. He do me like this. I don't know about everybody else. He'll pull up on the catalog and check the date. Look, we ain't made nothing new in 3 sessions. We need something new tonight." He said, "So we not gonna finish up what you wrote. We gonna make something new so you can have something fresh, and then we gonna record 2 records when you come back." I said, "Okay, cool." That's how he do me. So he give me a time limit, bro. I'm gonna be back in 30 minutes. So it has something for me. He said, "I don't care what it is." And then he leave and come back. Like, okay. So I'm in the studio. I got FL Studios, Pro Tools. I don't know how to work Pro Tools. You know what I'm saying? But I had FL Studio before. So
Facts.
So I messed with sounds, and when he come back, I had this for him. It just sound retarded. Hold on. First time. Yeah. It's funny, right? Yeah. Hey, first time for everything. No sign for my corner. No sign for my someone saying for what I come and say you need to wear it. No sign for my content. No sign for my content. For when the sun's up for my cone lane. For one sun fan, for one sun's fan. Told y'all before now. Cone sign been showing now. That's just like, I made it like in 20 minutes, right? I said, oh snap. So I just made something. When it came on, I just started vibing to it effortlessly. When you're the best thing about it is don't try to do nothing. Yes, work on the stuff that you're not strong in. You do that. You work on the stuff that you're not strong in practice.
Right.
When it's game time, put forward what you're strong in at. So, alone, and then that turned into this right here. I'm gonna see
Finished product.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's dope.
That's crazy.
And then, and guess what? It saves him time because he doesn't have to try to come up with something from scratch. He just doing what he do best and just doing post-production. I already got the melody, already got how I want the hook to sound. I'm already working on the hook before the beat get done. I just need you to build around. I'm doing, how much can you contribute to your partner or to the situation? You know what I mean? Like you said the other day, it was in the game, the ball was snapped, the quarterback went to the left, he put the ball on his hip instead of in his gut. Right? If you would have put it in my gut, I can take off with it better. If you put it on my hip, I gotta try to adjust. I'm doing other stuff I'm not really made to do. I'm finna take off with it, put it in my gut. So how can you contribute to it, right? So this is, and hopefully you can hear this good. We talking about an idea, just coming off the dome with an idea, because you never know where it's gonna end up at.
Exactly.
You never know where it's gonna end up at. Hold on, I'm gonna try to play this real quick.
Man, that's fine. They got like a Drake feel to it.
Yeah, it's that.
Actually got a Drake feel to it.
The song called First Time. So I'm basically, you know what I'm saying, me and Diamond basically just talking about on the record, just trying something new in times of uncertainty. Like when you're afraid to do something, this thing might make you pop. Try it. Man, I done failed 3 other businesses, but for some reason, I'm having a thought of pressure washing sidewalks. Try it. It might make you pop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Man, I done tried acting before, but I wonder how I would do podcasting. Try it.
Yeah.
Man, I done tried being an RM before. I didn't like that program, but sonography catch my attention. I done try it. When that idea drop, it drops and it's gonna hit. But you never know if you don't expound on it. You know what I mean? And take your idea to a place that's full of nutrients, not no place that's dried out. Don't take your idea to anybody who is doing everything in their power to make sure that their brain don't function properly.
Facts.
I'm just saying, like, if a person not feeding themselves, if all they doing is drinking, if all they doing is smoking, if all they doing is consuming social media, they're not doing nothing that's helping grow their mind and their intelligence or their state of how they think, then you can't bring that freshness and that new oil and that fresh wine to them, because they're not going to be able to understand it. They're not going to be, if you bring somebody fresh wine and they're not trying to grow their vineyard,
right,
their palate hasn't changed yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can't, so just with an idea, with things like that, it could be you want to switch your major. You could, whatever the case may be. It could be y'all want to have real relationship goals. Like, I think we need to pray together. Do you know how many couples don't pray together?
Right.
I'm just something like that. Like, baby, I think we need to start praying together at least 3 times a week. That's a start. The idea, where did that idea come from?
Right.
Where did that come from? Because you might want to work on that. You might want to do that, because that one thing might open up a whole lot of doors to your relationship. Right. Just from y'all inviting God in like that.
Bro, it's so funny you say that, man, because I was looking up some stuff here real quick, and we're talking about it all starts with an idea, right? And so you can get ideas from many different things. You know what I'm saying? You can get, and there's nothing wrong with getting an idea from somebody else's work. Because a lot of times that's what stimulates your creativity, the imagination. It's because you saw something and it opened up a thought in your mind, and then your mind begins to run. You know what I'm saying? So I was actually listening to this. I forgot it was a prophet on Instagram, and I was listening to the words and what she was saying, right? And it made a lot of sense, you know, and it actually just kind of resonated with me. So it was like, man, that's actually a pretty good idea, even though she was speaking a prophetic word. And one of the things that pastors have always taught us is, even though somebody may speak a prophetic word to a specific individual, and if you feel that you can take that same word and apply it to your natural, state, then you can do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and she was giving the word, of course, according to like the state of basically America, the environment. But then she was like giving some things to where what you can do individually. You know what I'm saying? Just like, and it was crazy because Apostle Lake actually, before the pandemic even hit, he was giving us instructions. A lot of us wasn't paying attention. And when I went back to revisit that message, and I was like, dang, I forgot. Because I had forgot myself. Because he said, he basically said, I'm not in liberty to say this, but this is what I can say. And then he said, y'all just need to start getting some elderberry, vitamin D3. He just different things to build your immune system. And then he started talking about the building of your immune system, and then bam, COVID hits. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the word went forth. So I grabbed this idea, and so I said, well, what I'm gonna do is when I get back, I'm gonna order this stuff and what I need to do to implement some things that she spoke that I thought was a good idea. Right. And then I one of this other thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take communion. It was another thing that I wrote, but it just resonated with my spirit, especially with what things are going on right now. And I said, well, I'm gonna take communion, but we're gonna do family communion for like 30 days. One day, every day, 30 days, just communion, just praying over the family. Because I don't mean to shift the atmosphere.
No, you good, do your thing, bro.
It's about to get crazy, and you need to protect yourself spiritually.
Seriously.
You know what I'm saying? So, I just so happened to come across these two videos that just resonated with my spirit. I'm like, I think I'm fit to do that. And even Pastor said, he said, we're about to go on another fast. So we're just waiting for him to drop the dates. And, cause it's about to get crazy. So it's like, I'm fit to cover myself and my family spiritually. So this is something, that, we take communion periodically. And so, but I just, that just resonated with me to say, that was an idea. So, but I'm not going to allow it to remain an idea, because the impact from that idea can change generations. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it's going to cover. When God gave instructions, put blood over the doorpost. Exactly. And just because you put blood over the doorpost, when the death angel comes over, then that's a sign that that's off limits for you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know whatever that lady released that word for. I don't know, but guess what? I grabbed it. I'm going to take hold to it, and I'm going to apply it. So for 30 days, we're going to take communion, we're going to pray, and I'm going to cover my family. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what happens. So, but guess what happened? That all stemmed from an idea. And so because sometimes people will make you feel like, man, the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. Yeah. So even the great idea that you have, somebody in a world full of over 7 billion people, of course, somebody else is going to have that idea, but not everybody acted on it. Because what the Bible says is faith without works is what dead. So, and the first thing that you got to have when it comes to idea is belief. You have to have a belief to bring your idea to life, because if you don't believe in the idea, it's going to lie dormant. Yep. That's the first thing we got to have. You know what I'm saying? So even if it's a small, Bible says if you have faith, the grain of a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, be thou removed and cast it out into the sea. So even if you have a little bit of faith with a whole lot of doubt, you got something to work with. Because you got to have some type of, even as hellish as your life is right now, you have to have some type of faith that it's got to change, that it's going to change. And then you make the small steps towards that change in order for the change to happen. And so I was reading this other stuff, man. It was like, I think, and I'm going to alley-oop this back to y'all after I say this right here. You got to have faith to bring that idea to pass. You got to have belief to grow that idea and make it manifest into your life and whatever that looks like. But then here's something that I think that we as society don't take enough time to do, which is why I purposely, these last couple of days while we was out of town together, why I purposely didn't crack my laptop open, why I purposely didn't do certain things that I normally would do in a space like this with me, get ready to write another book. You know, I just like, I'm just fit to bask in the moment. I'm not fit to do nothing. And one of the things, it says, you know, like unplugging. Like if you, like it's the fourth quarter, man. Like what you doing now is going to impact the first quarter of 2025.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. The remainder of 2024 going into 2025. What you do now, so that idea that you've been sitting on, it's time to get moving with it. You know what I'm saying? You got to put some belief and some work behind that and allow that thing to manifest. Here's the thing that you can't control. You can't control when you see the manifestation of your idea. But what you can control is the input, the output, the pieces that go together to put that puzzle together of the idea. You can control all of that stuff. You can go network. You can go find a mentor. You can get connected with certain groups. You know what I'm saying? And protect yourself at all times because that's your idea. But at the end of the day, if you know, just like in the internet, leaks happen. At the end of the day, if a leak happened, guess what? They still not you. That's your idea. They still don't have your gift, your talent, your ability, your network, your net worth, all that type of stuff. They don't have that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, at some point though, disconnect and give your brain time to think. Because a lot of times we don't give ourselves time to think because social media, job, career, business, ministry, family, all these different things are pulling at you all the time. And there's you know, sometimes you can feel stuck, but it's like it takes a moment to like, even though we only disconnected or I disconnected for a moment, like right now I feel refreshed. You know, I gained the second win because I know how my schedule is. I gained the second win, so it's like, okay, fourth quarter, let's go. I'm ready now. You know, so at the end of the day, man, that's you know, to grow your idea, you need your belief system. But then at some point in time, you know, you may just want to unplug just to give yourself time to think, your brain to think. Let your idea breathe. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And don't get upset when every idea doesn't become a thing.
That's
like,
good.
You're going to have many ideas.
That's really good. Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of ideas. You may fail a lot of ideas, but you cannot intertwine the failures of each idea with that one idea.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Because if you do, then you will taint whatever that is, because you can take, you know what the beauty of failure is being able to see what you missed so you can add it on to the next.
That's good. Boy, you preaching, boy.
That is the beauty.
You talking good, boy.
Yeah.
That is the beauty of failure. Like we get so stuck on it, man. What did you do out of what you thought you didn't do?
Yeah.
Celebrate that. Okay. All right, let me just go ahead. Let me back up. Okay, I didn't do this. This didn't work because of that. But this did work because of this. So let's just take what did work. Let's keep it. Let's discern, because at the end of the day, you still have to nurture both points, whether it becomes a thing or an idea or not. And if it's something that may not be for right now, still write it down. Write the vision down. Make it plain. Run with it. Because if you don't see it, you will never do it. Because you're always trying to do it off of thought. Which means there's many thoughts that come through your brain. Which means now you're going to be, it says in the word, a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. So just stick to that one thing. What can you research off that one thing? Off that one, because it's been given to you for a reason. It's up to you to investigate that reason.
Bro, if you don't never if you don't never fail at it, look, write the vision, make it plain. The first time you might write something or have something that you might want to do, it might not be crystal clear. You have to make it plain. As you test the theory of what you're trying to do, the more you have successes and the more you have fails at whatever it is, the more you can start separating, this work. These 5 things didn't, let's remove them.
Yes.
The more stuff that you remove because of you testing your theory now is starting to become clear and not cluttered on what's next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Make it plain. You can't make it plain if you don't start messing with it.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm trying to.
You gotta
The
mess.
B2S podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R828 edition. It's a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to stop your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together.
You gotta mess with it. You gotta mess with the junk. You don't mess with everything else. You don't mess with Tasha.
Sorry for all the touches of the world.
You don't mess with Jay. You don't mess with Julio. You don't mess. You have been contributing your time and your energy into things that was not profitable.
Mm-hmm.
Or you've been dabbling into things that that was for later stages in your life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because, bro, either way, it's gonna be a tussle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tussle. The people who got children and stuff like that, they did things in their life the way they created a family at the time where they created a family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So family is demanding.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you might have to work a little harder sometimes so you can focus on who you are and what you were called to do and your purpose on you living.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times people who have children assume that they're living for their children. No, boo-boo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Because when God created you, he didn't create you and your children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He created you with a purpose in mind for you.
Mm-hmm.
He got purpose for them too.
Mm-hmm.
And they're here, so they must have been part of the plan.
Mm-hmm.
But he have a specific design and designation for you.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, for those who, like, you know what, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, I'm staying focused, I'm sticking. Do you know how hard it is to not get caught up in the traps of life?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you.
To not get caught up in the baby mamas and the baby daddies, to not get caught up in the club life, to not get caught up in the trying to look like him and her, trying to look like her and trying to make it look like and seem like you got money and trying to be. It's hard work to stay on the narrow. So either way, it's a tussle.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, let me tell you something, bro. One thing I learned just in what we do in our professions, the more intimidating it is, the more you should do it. Because it's going to train you in areas that you need that you never thought would be an asset in your life.
Mm-hmm.
It's training you for different tiers of levels of frustration and things that you will have to go through in order to see the final product. It's like being refined, just like gold. It's a purification process it has to go through.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with your business. It's the same with this idea. And no matter how much pushback you get, lean into it, move forward, because it's teaching you things that even if it's from an idea or company perspective, it's still teaching you about life.
Mm-hmm.
It's allowing you to be an asset, and it's training you how to maintain what you're creating in the process of completing. Because that's just as imperative as understanding what the idea, how to go about the idea, what does this mean, what company should I invest in, or what products should I research. All this ties into the idea process.
Mm-hmm. But you know what?
It makes you become a critical thinker, and it makes you the process a little different, and it adds patience, it adds empathy, it adds compassion.
Ooh.
And it gives you another, like you say, how you feel like it's a second win. It's like when you unlock something that you know you worked so hard at, it gives you that second win to continue. Go ahead.
Boy, he said the big P word. That a lot of patience. that is the adult curse word, patience.
It is, because that's what it takes, bro. If you tell somebody, an average artist, that hey, It may take you 10 to 20 years to pop off. They ain't want to hear that because they don't understand the process of what it takes to even to even be in this space, to get a remote bit of attention. There's a lot of hurdles and things that you have to go through if you don't already have that access. Mm-hmm. You have to work twice as hard. Sometimes it requires that. Sometimes nothing is not going to fall in your lap.
Well, because people don't understand what patience is, bro. Patience is something you offer to people. Patience is offered. Mm-hmm.
This is true.
Mm-hmm. Do you dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Patience is a power position.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's something you offer to people. It's something you offer to the situation. Mm-hmm. When your girl going off, well, I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna speak from the house. When my girl be going off, when she upset about something, and I don't know what she upset about, maybe I don't understand at the moment. If I respond in patience, if I offer patience for her frustration, it sears and severs the atmosphere. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. To where I don't have to come off the cuff verbally in a disrespectful manner because of how I just offered myself to your frustration, to whatever that's going on. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Now, either they're going to receive it or they're going to rebuke it, but either way, you offered it. Mm-hmm. And patience is always respected at all times. Mm-hmm.
Whether you choose to or
Whether you choose to it or not. Mm-hmm. Patience is always respected. So that's big. And a lot of people, bro, they can't think because they're not rested.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You got so much. Why are you outside of yourself with a sign hanging from your forehead that says, "Now welcome in chaos," like it's a doggone corner store. Mm-hmm. And now you go to the store, now open, come in, now welcome in chaos. No, cut it off. You can't even think. You got too much stuff going on in your life.
And the reason that happens is the fear of missing out, the fear of timing, the fear of things not coming together, or feeling like, oh man, that could have been the moment that things came together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So you have to discern that stuff. Like, even for me, from my personal experience, bro, I had to shut everything down and be at peace with that. Mm-hmm. Because how can I flourish and flow from a place to electrify what it is that I'm doing, and to bring the awareness and the assertiveness that I'm looking for? I can't do that if I'm not resting. I can't do that if I'm always on the go. I can't focus if I'm always here. That don't make sense. Like, as an artist, I can go wherever. I could book X amount of churches, X amount of shows. That don't mean nothing. Mm-hmm. Like, quality for me is, let's weigh the options. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what can be. Let's see if this makes sense. Wisdom, is this wise or unwise? That's what it, just like what Pastor Kim was saying. Mm-hmm. Decision, is this a wise decision or unwise? Craig, is this a wise decision or unwise decision? Which makes perfect sense, because it's going to cost you something no matter what it is. Mm-hmm. You're going to pay something. Mm-hmm. Just make sure that the pay is worth it. Mm-hmm. That it's worth the cost.
Yeah, and it all stems back. I want to go back to what something Alxndr said was, because I'm looking up some stuff, man. It's actually giving me some ideas. It's just crazy. See, I just done rested now. My mind running 1,000 miles a minute now. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back. We say, okay, it all starts with an idea. Mm-hmm. So when you hear that phrase, when you hear that comment, when you hear that sentence, what is one word that comes to my mind? Is the word growth. You got, and what patience. It's like everything is tying in together without us even talking to each other. Yes. So the idea has to have patience to grow.
This is true.
So what happens is we have an idea, we have a thought, and we trying to, mine's running 1,000 minutes. Well, I need this. How can I do this? I don't have this. It might not work. Like bro said, it fails. Like bro said, like, you're scared of failure. You know, your mind is running all these ideas. But when you can understand and when you can comprehend that, you know what? Rome wasn't built in a day. It's an idea, which means it's a thought. Now, that idea, that thought is going to take you to another idea or thoughts.
Yep.
Which can bring them to a systematic system of operations called actions that can lead to the result. And it's not, and here's the crazy thing, it's not going to always lead to the result that you're looking for. A lot of times it leads to the result of greater than what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So we be so focused on, like bro said here, Boy Wonda, like we be so focused on it not working out. What if it does? Mm-hmm. What if it works out greater than what you expect? So when you're looking at the idea, look at yourself. And this is what came to me while y'all was talking. When it comes to growth, my mind just went there. So I'm gonna put it in the book. It's gonna be good. Boy, I feel it. So look at yourself as a tree, right? A tree requires growth, but growth doesn't happen until the seed is planted, right?
Correct.
So the seed is consistent of your idea, thoughts, preparations, or ideas, right?
Right.
So that seed has to be planted into an environment in the ground, right? So it has to be incubated by something that has the system or the nutrients, or it encompasses a space that will allow it to pull what it needs to in order for it to grow.
Facts.
But before it actually grows up, it grows down. So when you're looking at, if we could look at ourselves, thoughts as trees, right? So when I looked up, how do roots grow? So, because in my mind, I'm thinking, seed goes into the ground, it's planted, water, fertilizer, whatever you put on it, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then out of this hard shell comes this root. So in my mind, I'm like, without doing any type of Google, AI, anything. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, how do roots grow? Because if roots don't grow, the tree don't grow. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like our focus can be so much on the wrong thing to we should be desiring to grow deeper before we grow higher. Yeah. Because what happens is the growth and the depth of the root determines how high and how strong that tree is rooted to where when the storm comes, it won't be moved. So when you have to shift your business plan, when you have to shift the family's situation or home or financial matters, because you trusted in the process and you allowed that root to take root, guess what? You ain't gonna panic and you ain't gonna blow over because you're deeply rooted. Because what happens is that root, and I'm not going to read all this stuff, but I'm just kind of sum it up, because it does. One root comes out and it divides itself into many cells that creates more roots. And so now that process of them splitting, which is called what? Division. So growth actually comes from division. So what happens when division enters into our life? The first thing we want to do is tuck our tail and run. I ain't got to deal with it. But what happens when the very thing that you're looking for is actually grown when division happens? Because when the division happened, now there's other processes that goes along. So I'm just going to fast forward. So, and it's talking about the length of the root. It's talking about the width of the root. So the length and the width of the roots determines. Get this now. Let me find that. So the depth and the width of the root determines the nutrients that's available to the plant.
Because it's stretched out.
It's stretched out.
If you like this, every time I seen a root, it was like this. Yeah, they everywhere. Look like dreadlocks. They're just everywhere. You dig what I'm saying? They stretched out. They got one here, one here. So it's like it's anchored. It's like it's like anchored.
Yeah, it anchors.
You ever seen a spider sit? Mm-hmm. It got 8 legs, bro. Them legs be all around it. They sit like this. It's anchored. Mm-hmm. You ever seen the octopus? Octopus is anchored, bro. It ain't flat. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And in all that, but here's the thing about it. So this is why it is, man, this is why this is so, it's good. I mean, I'm preaching to myself, God dog it. This and brothers, exactly right. And this is why this is so important. Because when you're building tall buildings, right? The height of the building is determined by the depth of the foundation. So you can't build a skyscraper with the same depth of a foundation of a house. It's not going to last. It's not going to stand. So if I was to come out with an idea, me personally, I would want to be so rooted and grounded that that idea is still paying me 10 years from now. But we don't want to wait, and so we want things so fast. We want things done. We don't want to learn that. We don't want to, because what you may learn systematic in the process is that you know what I'm saying. It can be the next idea that you learn from this process that can set you up and set you straight for the next idea. Because if you skip that idea, you're like, man, okay, I learned that. I got rooted in this, so I learned this. So now systematically I'm producing this other idea and this thought. But wait a minute, hold up. Part of this process looks similar. So let me take this idea, stretch it. Let me take this idea and stretch it to this next idea. And guess what? Because the roots is constantly growing. Yeah. And so the thing about the root, the length and the width, right? We got to think about it now. The longer the root, the more it can travel to get what it needs, right?
Right.
And it's picking up more of what it needs.
Right.
Right? Because if I got two roots and one is longer than the other, right? Then the short root can only receive the nutrients in the area that it's in.
Exactly.
But the root that's longer, not only is it receiving the nutrients from where it's at, it's also receiving nutrients that's further away because it's stretched longer. You understand? But then when you look at the thickness and the width, it's able to absorb more water than the other root that doesn't. So systematically, it's able to produce more nutrients for that plant in order for it to grow to its full potential. So what am I saying? So from the idea to the process of growth, you being able to root yourself systematically and engulf yourself systematically and the things that are going to anchor you throughout the process, you don't want to eliminate that, or you don't want to kind of like push it to the side or rush the process in a sense to where you stifle the growth of that tree or that plant, which is you, which means, yeah, the idea sounded good, but let the idea, the Bible says, let patience have her perfect work.
Yep.
So let the idea produce perfection in a way not as nothing missing, nothing broken, to where it's perfect, no blemish, but perfection meaning maturity. Let the idea have her perfect work to where it matures to the potential in which it can grow, because you allow it to systematically take itself into a place to where you can't take yourself. Because the roots actually take the tree into a place where it can't take itself, because the tree can't grow without the roots. So systematically, you got to look at the roots are actually taking the tree to the place where the tree need to go, because it's receiving all of the nutrients that it need to get from those roots. I just ministered to myself. So the division that's going on in your life, the craziness that's going on in your life, let your roots just begin to flourish and anchor you in that place. Because guess what? Some storms don't come to take you out. Some storms come to clear your path. That's what the quote say.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because even with fire, they set land afire. Why? Because they want new fresh vegetation. You know what I'm saying? So it's all in sense in how you use it. So trials and tribulation can be bad,
work in your favor.
Or they can work in your favor. And all of that is derived from one word: perception. Is this working for me, or is this working against me? Perception. So that idea, it can be greater than even what you perceive if you allow yourself to go through the process.
Your idea is your idea, and nobody can take it from you. You know what I mean? But it's crazy when it's someone or it's something or it's a company or it's a human or it's a whatever the case may be, a technology that was designed to take ideas and make new ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing we talking about, bro. Plant a seed, roots begin to grow, they spread out, long roots, short roots. 3-4 months later, the ground starts breaking up, it starts to grow. We got this tree and we got these red things hanging off. It's an apple.
Facts.
Somebody, okay, let me take the apple. We're going to take all these apples, we're going to crush them, we're going to make apple juice. We're going to take these apples, we're going to grind them, we're going to make apple sauce. We're going to take these apples, we're going to flip them, dip them, and chill them. We're going to make apple jelly. You know what I'm saying? So somebody took the idea of the apple and I have an idea. Let's take the apple and make apple this, apple that, apple that, apple that. So don't be afraid to take your idea and pass it off to someone, because somebody else have an idea that can transform your idea.
That's good.
Exactly.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it's simple as that. It's like I said earlier, it's the yin with the yang. People need people.
That's right.
That's right.
Right.
And there's no other way around it. When you see a good man, he a solid brother, I guarantee you, he got a solid woman somewhere in his life. You might not see her, it ain't your job to see her. That's his job. You worry about the wrong thing, big fella. You worry about the wrong thing. Yeah, he got to
say it's not your job to see her.
It ain't your job to see her. Just know he got a baddie. And she got to hide. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee she believe he see where he pull up every night.
Oh man.
But best believe he has somebody in his corner who's helping him be molded.
Right.
Because she have places and areas in her life where he's helping her being molded. The idea of a man, and God said, you know what? Let me create the idea of a woman. You dig what I'm saying? Look, you got. So it's systems, bro. So it all starts with an idea, and you cannot have an idea if you cloudy, if you are worn out, if your surroundings ain't popping. I don't care if you do stay in the hood, bro. Do you know how many times, bro? I done seen people who stay in the hood, bro. Why you think kids grow up and want to be drug dealers, bro? Stop playing. It's not that because they want to do 30 years in prison. No, because they saw this guy who stayed in this raggedy building pull up in the Jaguar with 24s on it.
Right. There was an idea that was planted somewhere.
Hold on.
Trying to get there.
Hold on. So, hold on. You got roaches in your crib, but you drive in a Benz. How you did that? How you did that? My brother know you. Both y'all went to school together. Both y'all dropped out, but y'all riding on Dubs. How y'all did that?
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's when it don't surrounding yourself, bro. Like I said before, bro. EPL, bro. Exposure, process, leverage, bro.
Facts.
It all starts with the idea. Yo, we coming to the fourth quarter, like October, November, December.
Yep.
It's fourth quarter. If you ain't it don't matter if your last 30 ideas didn't work. It don't matter. Do the 31st one.
I like how you said leverage, because failures in your system leverages you and positions you to win. Because now you're able to tweak what didn't work. So once you finally see what does work, you ain't got to tweak it no more. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you said, with the Apple Jelly, there were many systems in place that's like different thoughts of idea from one thought or one idea. That's how it should be. Because you want to flourish. You want that product to be a multi-purpose product, if it can be at all. And so one of the things I really learned was to rejoice in completing that thought of idea. minus the results, whether it's good or bad.
Hold on, but
Come and run the house.
no, because I want you,
Yeah.
I want you to explain this. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying to the people, because you are a real, you're naturally. It's not a lot of people like. I know one other person who like you all kind of like all the time. That's Mama. She like bubbly. It's hard. It's not. People not like that.
Right,
I know everybody got joy, but there's some people who blessed with it, and you one of them. You know what I'm saying? You just got it like that,
His
right?
niece got it. Kiki like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
one of the people that we know, they nicknamed her Bubbles just for that
Bubbles.
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call her Bubbles.
So I want you said the word rejoice, right? So can you explain what is rejoice? Like, what is that term? Like, explain to them, like, what is rejoice? Because, bro, a lot of people, we slummed out, we worked out, we
Right.
overworked, we bills burdened, the house market, the relationships going crazy, people power tripping. So it's sometimes it's kind of hard to be content and to be joyful, right? So
Right.
explain the process of rejoiceful, bro.
Oh man, I'll take it back to when I first started. Just being able to finish a song, understanding a song, understanding structure, understanding how to position bridges, choruses, bar structure. Like, it's the small details that will help you be more content in the process. So when I'm seeing everybody around me, man, they're making albums, they're making EPs, man, I'm just dropping a song every 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? That can discourage you in a sense, because you're seeing how you're viewing what everybody else is, and you feel like you should be there too, but that's not the case, because you're just starting out. So I had to understand early off that, respectfully, I'm where I'm supposed to be. That's number one. Number two is, when I say rejoice, it's saying I came up with an idea. I put it on paper. It came through the stereo, came through form of music. I went to the studio. I laid it down. Got it mixed, got it mastered, got the cover, got it on digital distribution on different platforms. That's rejoicing of completing an idea. Whether I know what the results are going to be or not. I'm glad I started what I finished. And he know with the album, I stopped for a month. I lost everything, bro. I could have been bitter and just sat there and did nothing. I was like, nah, I ain't doing that. But me knowing me, just give myself some time, I'll come back around. So I gave myself a month, because I was already a year out. So I had plenty of time. If I had to re-record it again, I'll do it. And I was like, God, you have to help me with this, because this is a huge blow to something that I've already completed and started and finished. And now I got to restart. Now I got to redo it. And then I got to redo it at a level that I got to regain those emotions, those depiction, the animation. I got to do all of this over again. That's when you really know that you really love what you do. You're willing to get refined again if you have to. And I gave myself some time. I was realistic. I said, okay. I said, Lord, if this is your will for this album to be out, I need you to give me the same passion, if not times that by 10, to finish this idea, this thought out. That needs to get out. And so he did that over the course of time, little bit by little bit. And I wouldn't have got the features I've gotten, and it would have been the product it was if I never went through what I went through. I could have just said, I'm done. It is what it is. And the results that came from it was the best decision I ever made. So a lot of times we look at so many people doing so much, and they just putting out product after product after product. For me, I learned a long time ago, it's quality over quantity. It's not how much I put out, but the type of quality that I put out. Because if I get caught up within the quantities, then I'll lose within the quality because I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses. And I'm not going to lose that.
Gotcha.
So it's just being content and completing the idea that I sought out and finished what I started.
Gotcha.
And that's a reward in itself.
That's good. Because while you're talking, I'm like, I'm finna look this up, see what it come up with.
Mm-hmm.
So, rejoiceful means causing or feeling great pleasure or joy. And it says means to feel or show great happiness about something. And you just summed all of that up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You just summed all of that up. It's like even when all hell broke loose, you found contentment, pleasure, joy, even in the hell that was going on. Because had not the hell went, you wouldn't have got the features that you got, the changes that were made that made it such a great album, greater than what it already was. So had you not took pleasure in the calamity, you couldn't have birthed the beauty from the ashes.
And there was something I had to learn even in that process, bro. I had to learn that the songs that were on there, I had to take most of the majority off. It just didn't fit. It really didn't fit. And learning that process, like, oh, and that gave me that extra kick. I was like, okay, I understand what this needs to look like now. I understand how this needs to be produced. So it gave me hope. It gave me insight on things I needed to learn that I wouldn't have learned if I didn't go through this process. It gave me more ambition. It gave me more drive. It gave me even better stewardship on how to go about promoting. Like it birthed so many more thoughts and ideas, and how God deals with me. He gave me the name of this album when I was working on the Black Sheep.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
Every project I know I want to start to work on, he gives me double.
Yeah.
I already got the name for the EP and for the next album for next year. So he gives it to me in twos because one, time is of the essence. Two, obviously there's something he needs me to get out into the earth that needs to be fulfilled. And when you understand that, you'll have a greater level of appreciation, and you'll have you'll be prompt. You won't be dragging your feet. And so that's what that means to me, man. It's just, I didn't give up. That's the hope in it. I didn't give up. I could have quit. I could have thrown in the towel. I could have stopped.
Yeah.
But I didn't quit. And one of the most important systems you can have with a system set up within your product is a great support system.
Right. Man, it's good. It's good, man. It's good. It's good. So listen, man, this is what y'all got to understand, man. Everything starts with an idea. The tree started as a seed. The butterfly started as a caterpillar. The French fries that you so love to eat started as a potato. So everything had to start at somewhere. But guess what? Every last one of those things that I just named started as a seed. They had to go through a process to get the final result. But here's the thing. If the seed never gets planted, the process never gets started, and the final production never gets received. So if we continue to procrastinate because we don't have it all together, we continue to procrastinate because it don't look like what XYZ got, we procrastinate because I don't feel worthy. And let me tap that real quick before we get up out of here. You are worthy of the idea that God has put in your heart. You are worthy of the blessings that you're supposed to receive from the idea that God has given you. Stop allowing the enemy to beat you down and say you ain't worthy because of who you are in the moment or what you did in the past.
Look, I'm sorry.
Let's go.
Let's
go. We can cut this thing off when we get ready. Go ahead, Doc.
Look,
hey,
come on, bro.
Alley-oop.
Look, I told you on the ride to Tennessee, Remember, I was like, yo, I said, I ain't finna go. I don't want it finna, you know what I'm saying? I want it finna slide. Y'all know me. Y'all know
You did say that.
I know me. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Then you know how it go. You know, your girl walk in the room. She sit down. She smell like cocoa butter.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
You know what I'm saying? She was like, nah, but for real though. We were talking. You know, she checkmate. You need to go. Mm-hmm. But you need to go, and this is why you need to go. Blah, 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 so you finna go. So I finna go.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
She checked that imaginary thought you were stuck in.
Yeah, look, I'm finna go though.
Go ahead.
Look.
Go ahead.
I told you.
Go ahead.
Look. I told you. Look, this how much God loves His people.
What? Come on, bro.
God wants you to hit the next level.
Come on, bro.
God wants you to be bossed up. Because
hold on, bro. I got to
go ahead,
it's just a quick slide.
Go ahead.
It's just a quick slide. But He doesn't want you to go to the next level unprepared.
Right.
Facts.
Bam.
Right. So God wants you to be bossed up. He wants you to hit the next level, especially if He knows you are going to help disciple another person. Mm-hmm. If He knows you're going to give, He wants you to get the guap because He knows He can trust you. I need you to, boom, he go 50 grand. I need you to give 40 over there. God, I need you to give 40 over there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You ain't even have 10. Go get him 40. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. So I'm in the back seat, God dealing with me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because He loved me so much. And He knows what He put on the inside of me. He's cleansing me. Mm-hmm. Right? I was feeling like I shouldn't go because of all of the past failures and all of the marks I didn't hit in my past. Mm-hmm. So I was condemning myself, giving myself judgment, and giving myself a whooping. You don't deserve to go. You ain't even do X, Y, and Z. Wow. What you need to go for? Brother. I'm in the back seat. I said, who am I to condemn myself when Jesus ain't even doing that? Who am I to play? I didn't make me. I can't even put. I don't have a heaven and hell to put me in. So who am I to put myself somewhere where He the one who said, "Come to me," and I throw this to the east, to the west. Who am I? Why should I do that to myself when He ain't even doing that to me? And I broke in the back. See, I was crying. I was crying, thinking about barbecue.
I'm gonna tell you, bro. I'm gonna tell you.
In the back seat, sliding through the mountains, and I felt the break. Like, you know what? I do. Yes, you do have to put work in on certain things. If you're not saving and investing, you don't deserve the whip. You're not doing what it takes to get the whip. I'm saying, come on, certain principles still have to line up. But you do deserve. I do deserve. I do. Yep. I do deserve something better. I do deserve this next level. I do because I do. You dig what I'm saying? So I had to, who am I to tell me that I'm not good enough when God said I'm the head and not the tail? Why? Who am I to go against what He said that I am? I didn't even speak me into existence. You dig what I'm saying? So I had to allow God to get that. God was like, yo, let me get in here. Let me get in here because this area, I need to work on this area because if you keep this in your system, you're going to lack confidence in who you are and the purpose on why I made you.
Facts.
That's good.
And that's what self-sabotage comes in.
Self-sabotage.
Because you will cheat yourself out of opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And I'm glad you decided to come because that's what the enemy plays on. As a man thinks, so is he. So whatever you think are the thoughts of yourself, if you don't check that at the door,
you gotta check it.
It can go further than you wanted to go. There are them roots again. So those roots can spread out either positively
or negatively
to keep you anchored from moving.
Oh, that's good, bro.
And you gotta have discipline to tend to your garden. If you don't check stuff, you will have weeds all in your roses. You will have grass all in your tomato and other type of bushes where you feed off of. You gotta have discipline. Like, you know what? No, we getting it out of here. But yo, when you said that, like, yeah, I told you, like, yo, I was in the backseat crying because, like, yo, let me get this up out of here, because it's a lot of people that's sitting on my shoulders. It's almost like a ride at the state fair. You got a line full of people that's waiting to sit in the seat. I got a line full of people that's waiting to sit on my shoulders, and I got to make sure this ride is operating properly before the 6 of y'all get on. And whatever it takes to make sure the maintenance get done, that's what I have to do. And it feels great as a man and as a believer to admit that. I told him to ride up, but it's funny. It's funny how I opened up and then God brought it back out, like, son, you need to tell them, because that's just what it is. You dig what I'm saying? So, I had to get it up out of there, bro, because I deserve this. I deserve what's about to happen. Because every mistake I made, I deserve every bad seed that I've sown, I deserve the wrong fruit from it. So why not should I deserve ripe fruit?
Fact, because you plant a lot of ripe fruit, brother.
Right.
You
see what I'm saying?
A lot of ripe seeds, bro. And at any time, bro, let us know, because we have to keep things tight-knit. Like at the gate, we can't let anybody be trying to sneak behind or coming through or creeping in the window. Like, hey, who's you?
Who's there peeping in the window?
And
nobody.
Hello? Yeah, he gone. Y'all better come get him.
And I thank my girl because I thank my woman because she knows how to be like, hey, what's that right there? What's the matter right here? She knows, because she's concerned, because she knows why don't you check on your leader? That it baffles me how people be around people knowing they finna have a position in your life, knowing that they have a position in your life, and you sit there and watch them make and go crazy. Why would you do that? Check on your leader.
That's good, bro.
Oh, okay. You want me to water it down?
No.
If you know your wife is the person who cook all the time, why you don't wash the dishes to make sure the kitchen clean for the person who prepared your meal? Why? Why does she got to come home, clean the kitchen, organize this, and then cook?
Take out the trash.
No.
Right.
Do you dig what I'm saying? So she like, yo, what's going on? She wants to make sure that that she does her part to make sure that I do my part for myself. Because I'm gonna make sure you straight, because you finna be the one who gonna be in the front. That makes sense, right?
Straight like that.
No, I want to make sure that you have a safe and peaceful and fruitful environment, because you're gonna be the one who's gonna be running the household. We're gonna run it together, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
of course.
you know what I'm saying? The woman is the multiplier. I want to make sure that you have what you need to multiply.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's good. Yes, that's good. I'm glad y'all shared that, man. That's good. That's good, man. Well, listen, man, we got that extra, so we're gonna go ahead and get out of your hair, man. But once again, Blue Nation, man, we thank y'all. Blueprint Nation. Blueprint Nation, man. We thank y'all. We appreciate y'all, man. And stay on the up and up, man. Just remember, I'm glad these guys shared that, man. We're transparent on this podcast, man. We still go through, but we try to share these principles on how we get through our go through, even as we're going through our go through. You know what I'm saying? So once again, man, no matter what idea has been planted into you, make sure you get that seed into the hands of the maker. And who's that maker? The maker is whoever God who has assigned to take your seed and multiply that seed into the manifested presence and what God called it to be. So just like we give our seed to the woman and the woman turn that seed into a baby, God has somebody out there, a maker, and just ask him to give you the discernment and the will to withhold information that you may be so eagerly to share and maybe in the wrong environment, but ask God to give you the discernment and the wisdom to show you or lead you in the place to where you feel that maker is. So once again, man, this has been another episode of the Blueprint to Success podcast. Hey, we on 10 right now. We will arrest it. So look out, world, because we coming.
that show.
But y'all know how we like to end this thing, man. You shoot for the top because the bottom is way too crowded. And if you think different and be different, you'll have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.